This is the first estate. And this lesson centers on Elysium is for non-elect and pardoned gentiles. Nagamadi, Gnostic text, going to go to the book of Melchizedek. Final warning to Melchizedek. These things which I was commanded to reveal to you, reveal also to others as I have done. But that which is secret, do not reveal to anyone, unless it is revealed to you to do so. Brings us to the word black. Now, in the book of Revelations, chapter 22, verse 16, Jesus have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. So as you can see right here, the word black means bright, shining, glittering. Now this particular word has positive and negative meanings to it. It's an all-purpose word. So it just depends on the context in which you use the word. So once again, this context means bright, shining, glittering. Jesus, the bright and morning star. Which also means he has much wisdom, intelligence. Strong's Concordance. This book contains the definition of every word in the King James Bible. Now, this particular word from the Blue Letter Bible online, print out. Word is black. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. Now, Judah, or Jew, Judah means praise, son of Jacob by Leah. This particular frame here indicates that all 12 tribes are known as Jews or Judah. Now, they maintain their tribal names and blessings, but they are all black Americans. Now, in this particular frame, we have the word, and now we're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you. So, in this particular frame, we're going to go to the key right at the very top. And the word right there, da-va. Now, da-va, as you can see, means David. Right? Now, David, right here, as you can see, David means beloved. So, here we have this particular frame. So, once again, David, beloved. Now, youngest son of Jesse, a second king of Israel. Now, in the book of Psalms, we have a verse to go along with this. Now, Psalms chapter 89, verses 20 and 27. I have found David my servant. With my holy oil have I anointed him. Verse 27. Also I will make him my firstborn, higher than the kings of the earth. So, we've established David the Israelite. He's black, and he's going to be a king over the whole earth. No king will be higher than King David. Image of earth. Now, this particular frame, see the word transform. Now, means to change the figure of. Okay? So, moving along, Lost Books of the Bible, Great Rejected Texts. Within, we're going to go to the book of First Enoch, chapter 45, verses 1 through 6. So 45, verses 1 through 6. So here we go. And this is the second parable concerning those who deny the name of the dwelling of the holy ones and the Lord of spirits. They shall not ascend to heaven, and they shall not come on the earth. Such shall be the lot of the sinners who have denied the name of the Lord of spirits, who are reserved for the day of suffering and tribulation. On that day, my elect one shall sit on the throne of glory, and shall try the works of the righteous, and their places of rest shall be innumerable, and their souls shall grow strong within them when they see my elect one, and those who have called on my glorious name. Then will I cause my elect one to dwell among them. I will transform heaven and make it an eternal blessing and light. And I will transform the earth and make it a blessing. And I will cause my elect ones to dwell on it. But the sinners and evildoers shall not set foot on it. For I have seen and satisfied my righteous ones with peace, and have caused them to dwell before me. But for the sinners there is judgment impending with me, so that I shall destroy them from the face of the earth. So as you can see, sinners are going to have no place here on the transformed planet Earth. Earth is going to be transformed. It's going to be changed. But it's only going to be for the elect, the righteous. Okay? And that also means, people of other nations who, have cleaved to the righteous of the children of Israel. Okay? Now, here we go. Old Testament, Pseudo Breakerhood, Volume 1. Now, within this, we're going to go to Sibylline Oracles, verses 330 through 335. Actually, going to go to 320. Okay? 335. So, here we go. The earth will belong equally to all, undivided by walls or fences. It will then bear more abundant fruits spontaneously. Lives will be in common, and wealth will have no division. For there will be no poor man there, no rich man, and no tyrant, nor slave. Further, no one will be either great or small anymore. No kings, no leaders. All will be on par together. No longer will anyone say at all, night has come, or tomorrow, or it happened yesterday, or worry about many days. No spring, no summer, no winter, no autumn, no marriage, no death, no sales, no purchases, no sunset, no sunrise. For he will make a long day. To these pious ones, imperishable God, the universal ruler, will also give another thing. Whenever they ask the imperishable God to save men from the raging fire and deathless gnashing, he will grant it. And he will do this, for he will pick them out again from the undying fire and set them elsewhere, and send them on account of his own people to another eternal life with the immortals in the Elysium plain, where he has the long waves of deep perennial Assyrian lake. Okay? Now there you go. The Elysium plain. So you won't dwell here on earth, but he's going to put you somewhere else known as Elysium. Okay? Now, Matt Damon played in a movie called Elysium. You can go check that movie out, right? So once again, this is an image from that particular movie that Matt Damon played in called Elysium. Now, that movie also starred Jodie Foster, all right? So, check that movie out called Elysium. Now, we're going to break that word down in syllables. Elysium, okay? So here we have it from Wikipedia. We're going to go to origins, okay, of that word Eli. So L or E-L-Y, Eli. According to David C. Douglas, the Ali inquiry was the product of an ecclesiastical landlord using the Doomsday Survey to produce a record of his own estate, something supported by the way it records the lands of one tenant in chief across many different Doomsday circuits. Okay? Now, I will scroll up and down so you can read this in your own leisure. There we go. Now, in the free dictionary, we see the word Elysium. So we're talking about estates, lands, okay? Now, here we go. Northern hemisphere. Okay, we have northern United States and Asia. We have Europe. So this is what it means when it's speaking of Elysium. There's going to be certain parts of the world outside of the paradise that, these people will be able to dwell. All right? Because the whole earth, you know, uh, parts of it will still be, very, very unbearable. And there's going to be a paradise, of course, where the righteous shall live. And then there's going to be this portion or portions throughout, other places on the earth, other continents on the earth where, you know, people of those groups can dwell and be safe, so to speak. But they will not be among the righteous children of Israel. Just the Gentile believers. They will be, among us. Okay. Now, they will not live in our neighborhoods. We will have our own neighborhood, but they will be able to live in the vicinity where, it is, very, very peaceful. All right. So here we go. So the paper for Old Testament, Volume 2. Now, here, we're going to go to Life of Adam and Eve, okay? And we're going to go to chapter 37, verses 1 through 3. So, it's right over here. While Seth was speaking to his mother, an angel sounded the trumpet, and the angels who were lying on their faces stood up and cried out with a fearful voice, saying, Blessed be the glory of the Lord over his works. He has had mercy on Adam, the work of his hands. When the angels had shouted out these things, one of the six-winged seraphims came and carried Adam off to the lake. Continuing of Chiron, and he washed him 3 times in the presence of God. He lay 3 hours, and so the Lord of all, sitting on his holy throne, stretched out his hands and took Adam and handed him over to the archangel Michael, saying to him, Take him up into paradise, to the 3rd heaven, and leave him there until that great and fearful day which I am about to establish for the world. And the archangel Michael took Adam and brought him away and left him, just as God told him at the pardoning of Adam. Okay? So Adam apparently was washed in this particular place. Okay? And then he was taken into heaven. So he was here on earth, washed in this particular place. See, it's a good place to be. And then Adam was taken into the third heaven. So, Pseudepigrapha, Volume 2, History of the Rechabites. Now, this will be chapter 11, verses 1 through 5b. Okay? So, 11, see, History of the Rechabites. Now, 11, verse 1 through 5b. So, going to go all the way down to here. All right? So, and according to his will, God assembled us on this island and did not scatter us upon the whole land, but God placed us on this holy land, and we are without sins and evil and abominable thoughts, and we are mortals. However, we are purified and spotless, and our souls and bodies are cleansed from all defilement, and we depend upon the hope of our Lord, and our sight is fixed continuously and unceasingly on the light of the future life. And from prayer to God, we are not silent by night and by day, for this offering of praise is our occupation. And God commanded, and this land brought forth for us pleasant and splendid trees, which are filled with lovely, marvelous, and abundant fruits. And again, from the roots of the trees flows sweet and delightful water, and from these fruits and water we take delight and rest and are sustained. There is not among us vineyards, grains, husbandry, wood, iron, houses, buildings, gold, or silver, and neither stormy weather nor rain is with us, neither snow nor ice, and the sun does not shine upon us, because the cloud which encircled us like a bulwark restrains it, and the land in which we are is filled with a glorious light, so darkness and night do not enter. And we possess a shining appearance and dwell in light. Okay, so there we go. Moving on. Once again. So this is a, image of, that movie, Elysium. And I'm just putting this here, just, to add to, some kind of imagery to the readings. But of course, it's going to look, better than this. So once again, back to volume 2, Pseudepigrapha, History of the Rechabites. You're going to go to chapter 12, verses 1 through 5. Okay, so here we go. But there is among us no one who measures the years. For the sake of those who daily live in purity and holiness, the years of their life shall increase, but the years of sinners shall decrease. And no one among us computes months and years, but we are naked, not as you suppose, for we are covered with a covering of glory. And we do not show each other the private parts of our bodies, but we are covered with a stole of glory similar to that which clothed Adam and Eve, Adam and Eve before they sinned. We are nourished by the fruits of the trees at the ninth hour. Not the hours are distinguished among us, but when the time for our nourishment arrives, the fruits of the trees come among us. Although they do not fall by our will, and thus we are nourished from them sufficient to our need. And afterward, we drink from the exceedingly good, sweet, and delightful water, which comes out to us from the roots of the trees. And then the water returns and is gathered together. It is in its original place. So there we go. Now, of course, a stole, you see here, said they were covered in a stole. Stole is like what you see, Vatican priests wear. Those are stoles, okay? Once again, we see, an image from the movie Elysium. So, but not saying this is what this paradise is going to look like. And also they mention in there that, how sinners are going to be treated, you know, uh, as opposed to those living righteously. It's like I said, remember the earth is still going to be the earth. There's going to be the paradise part of the earth, and there's going to be the Elysium plain part of the earth. Then there's going to be that place where sinners just cannot escape that heat and, and dryness and no rain, things of that nature, because they are sinners. Now, Volume 2, Pseudepigrapha, History of the Rechabites, continued. So, chapter 15, verses 1 through 4b. Okay, so right here, 15, 1 through 4b. So we'll be reading right about here. All right. Now, the soul discerns and knows the day of its departure through a revelation from holy angels. And we live an extremely long time. And the extent of our life is not brief and short as with you. When the holy angels are sent among us in this beautiful order of which we have informed you, they visit among us. Okay? Now, going to stop right there. They visit among us, this holy order. Okay? So, it said long. Now, remember? Right here. It says, and we live an extremely long time. Right? And the extent of our life is not brief and short as with you. So, extremely long time. Now, you know that humans now usually live to, you know, 75, maybe 85 years on this earth. But we're going to see how long these people are going to live. So, here we have the word long. Okay? So, have the word long. Now, at the very bottom, let's look. So, long right here, to tarry, to delay in a matter. Okay? So, long, once again, right here, to tarry, to delay in a matter. Now, this particular frame, we have the word Terah. Okay? Now, Terah, as you can see, father of Abraham. Now, what does it mean? Also means delay. See? Also means delay. So, we're going to go to a verse in the book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 32. The days of Terah were 205 years. Terah died in Haran. So, these people were going to live into their 200s. Okay? Into their 200s. And then the angel will come and visit them. Once they get into their 200s. That's what it's saying. And then they will let them know that their time has come to leave, the Elysium plain. Now, that's for the children of Israel, the non-elect who were, pardoned by God, on behalf of the righteous children of Israel, that is that's living in paradise. So they'll live into their 200s. Now, Gentiles can't be on an equal plane with the children of Israel. So you'll live for a sufficient amount of time. You just won't live as long as the children of Israel. Okay? She can't be on that level with them because they're still of the chosen people. They're just not of that first class, that upper class, that's living in that paradise, that everlasting life. 200 years is a long time. And remember, it's without sickness. It's without rain, snow, night, day. It's just a prolonged day. You know, you just live a long, happy life, right? And very righteous. And then you will, you know, be taken from the plane. You'll die and you'll go, but you'll come back and redo that again. Okay? Same with the Gentiles that have been pardoned. Now, as for the rest, you know, of you who don't make it, I mean, it's a bleak existence. Okay? But at some point in time, you'll be, you know, God has a court system. So you'll be up for, you know, a chance to, plead your case before the court, you know? And from there, we'll see what happens. Okay? If you'll be placed in the Elysium plane, or if you'll stay in the dire situations that you're in. Okay? For some of you, you're going to be there for a long time. Right? Now, anyway, it's been the First Estate with another lesson. I will see you in the next one.